Hey, Starkey Real Baptist Church. Well, as we kick off 2021, we've already set a lot of big goals for the year. One of those has been to read through the Bible, hopefully in a year. If that's not you, again, let me just encourage you maybe to jump on our 3-year plan. Both of those are available in our 4-year. You can pick up the booklets and just kind of follow along with us. This year, I'm planning on, and as a church, we're planning on going from Genesis probably to about Job. And so maybe your goal is to not get through the entire Bible, but maybe from Genesis to Job in 2021. But outside of that, there's always opportunities for us to read other books and other things as an encouragement to us. And so I thought what we could do today is just talk about 5 books that we could read in 2021. And I think each of the pastors and some of our staff are going to suggest kind of a book that they would want you to read, something that's impacted them. And somewhere along the line, maybe you can pick one of these up. I know in the foyer, if you've paid attention in those bump out rooms, we've got bookshelves and different things in every one of those rooms. And so there'll be books that will populate those shelves here in the next few weeks. And a lot of those books are from recommendations right from our staff, things that we've read over the years that have encouraged us. And so maybe you can grab one of those off of there, read it and put it back, and then grab another one. I know when we read books, sometimes it catches us at the perfect time in our lives and it impacts us in a really special way. And maybe you pick it up at a different time, or a book that I suggest and it just doesn't maybe do the exact same for you, and that's okay. The Lord works in different ways at different times in our lives. And so when I was thinking about that, I suggested a few books, and they'll be back there. But for today, I thought what I'd show you is, I read this book. It's called Hudson Taylor's Spiritual Secret. Hudson Taylor was a missionary to mainland China, and there was a lot of things that he went through. And this was basically a biography, not written by him, but written by his son Howard and his son's wife. And it was just a real wonderful book of encouragement, just watching kind of what Hudson Taylor went through and the challenges and how God provided for him. Again, I read it at a time when it was the exact right time for me to read it, for that encouragement. And so I would suggest sometime this year, maybe look for this one, look for it back in the foyer, and look for the other ones that people are going to be suggesting, and make 2021 a year that you get not just into the Word, but you find other places along the line to be encouraged.
All right, I was asked to give you some ideas of a book that you might read. I'll just mention one and not say anything about it. It is by Jerry Bridges, The Practice of Godliness. Excellent book, easy read, but it will make you think. But the one I'd like to just mention also is by John Maxwell, 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. Very easy read, very short chapters, 21 things that when you read it, you'll say, I wish I had thought of that before. I have used it and given it to many, many people over the years. For instance, just here, discernment. Smart leaders believe only half of what they hear. Discerning leaders know which half to believe. So I'd encourage you to read it, 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader.
Hi everyone. The book I'd like to recommend to you is the one by Albert Mohler that said, The Conviction to Lead. In this book, he gives 25 principles that really will help you if you are a Christian man in particular and you would like to lead, that would really be beneficial to you. It's a really good book, and I would really encourage you to read it. While I'm at it, my wife wanted me to suggest a book for the ladies. And so this book is called It's Not Supposed to Be This Way. And if you would like to read this book, she loves it. So those are my recommendations.
Most of my Christian life, I've been studying theology. And let's be honest with you, sometimes theology is really hard to study. It's the study of God, and there's a lot to think and ponder on. So as a visual learner myself, I found this book very helpful. It's called Visual Theology. It's by Tim Challies, and it is a great book. Now, yes, this book does have pictures in it. Pictures that help understand big truths about God and His Word. I highly recommend it. It's great for your family, your students, and even your children as you kind of walk through different stages of theology. You can also find these online and download the images as well to post into your home, your offices, and other places. Visual Theology.
The book I've chosen that has meant a lot to me is a theological treatise on gluttony in our culture today. This book is a very special book and has deep meaning to me and my family. It's called Never Feed a Yeti Some Spaghetti. Oh, okay. You want something serious? I got you. All right. Actually, the book that has probably meant the most to me, and really I encourage a lot of people to read it, is called Stop Asking Jesus Into Your Heart, How to Know For Sure You're Saved by J.D. Greear. And this is a great book. It's been encouraging to me as I've walked in the Christian life for the past 25 years. It's a great book that just clearly walks through what the gospel is and how we share it, but then also how we can know for sure that we're saved. And I think that a lot of times in Christendom we've kind of done a poor job of explaining the gospel, and we've limited it down to just saying, hey, have you asked Jesus into your heart? It's kind of funny, I actually remember in elementary school that terminology was so prominent in the church that I grew up in that I asked my friends, hey, have you ever asked Jesus into your heart? And they probably thought I was crazy asking them that, but that's what we've limited it down to, is just these terminology that doesn't make sense to people. So J.D. Greear seeks to just kind of encourage us to know exactly how we're explaining the gospel, but then also how we can help people know for sure that they're saved and give them assurance as well. So just a great book. The other great thing about it is it's very short. I'm a big believer in short books that are really concise and to the point. So it's a great book that will encourage you as you share your faith. It'll encourage you maybe as you're struggling with your faith, and it'll encourage you just in many different ways. So I would definitely encourage you to pick it up as well.